Hey, we are there.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday from Heath and Nicole and Jake and Living Meta, where Nicole and I, for the last couple decades, have been dedicating our life to embodying loving kindness, both personally, interpersonally, and professionally.
And we're on day 5, and today is all about the conversation of dedication.
Yeah, what are you dedicated to?
The D in COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
This is happening. It's still happening. Oh my goodness.
And it's going to happen for some time to come. So we see this as a perfect opportunity to reorient from the past, right? We have a very clear, obvious pattern interruption in what we're accustomed to. Business as usual is revolutionized, has totally changed or stopped, full stop. And things are going to continue to change, to evolve, and to shift. So the old story, kind of the reptilian fight or flight response, is something happens and we react. We react to it. And reaction is often built on unconscious habits, things that we're not intentionally choosing to do, but we're just reacting the same old script. What we want to invite through the lens of dedication is to consciously choose to move the word reaction, which has the exact same letters as the word creation, taking this reactive energy of your emotions, your feelings, your experiences, and begin to wonder about what do you want to create. Maybe there's new habits of self-care. Maybe there's new relationships that you want to grow, or old relationships that you'd like to restore or enhance.
Or get rid of.
Exactly. We talked about social distancing, and there's also...
That's the easy way to do that.
Yeah, we could use social discerning as we choose what really brings us the most aliveness and really fits in, weaves in with your core values. Because we don't want to dedicate ourselves to something that doesn't have heart. We don't want to commit our lives to something that we can't feel a full body yes in. So as you get curious about what do I want to dedicate my next few days, few weeks, few months to, consider what has heart, what has juice. And I also want to talk about creating new habits is not a quick and easy process.
No, it takes days. And depending on what study you're looking at, it takes anywhere from 40 days to 66 days.
Yeah.
So give yourself some time, give yourself some space, some breathing room to decide, and I love that word, to choose. Choose your focus. Choose where you're resting your attention. Choose what you're building on and into for yourself. And I know for me, recently we just heard, I'd like to say that we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And there's something unique about that right now. We're all in this together. There's something that makes me feel a little more exhaley, relieved, knowing that we're all in this together. There's
almost get a sense of resting back.
Resting back into the arms of our collective. And what is it that this collective is growing together? And I think it's our choice, our choosing to be here to places like this, to continue to follow and listen to and connect with people who support your inner vision, your
core values,
your soul purpose,
your essence, your life's mission,
your vibration. And for me, that's a vibration, like finding different ways to continue to maintain, sustain, and you know what, to raise my personal vibration, my own energetic field. How can I continue to raise my field, the field, in such a way that I'm impacting everyone, the collective? We're all in this together. How am I impacting all of us?
I love that. And as we personally grow our capacity, our nervous system's ability to sustain larger amounts of positive energy for longer periods of time.
Yeah, what a great time to do this.
Positivity is also contagious. Inspiration, kindness, smiling, generosity. So we don't want to get fixated in the reactive old world mind of willy-nilly fight or flight.
But we want to be intelligent, we want to be resourceful, and we want to be responsible.
Yeah. So one of the greatest ways that we know how to take responsibility, to response agility, to be really agile with our resources, with our responses, is of course with our breath, our movement, and our focus. And we're going to workshop those three with 3 new practices today.
Yes.
And one of our very first yoga instructors, and this is more than 20 years ago, Juliana, out in Coral Springs, Florida.
In her house.
In her garage, converted into a yoga studio.
The first yoga teacher.
And she taught us this, which is quite older than 20 years. But let's find a comfortable position for some breathing.
So we're going to do some breathing, we're going to do some moving, and then we're going to do some meditating.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
So this is called the 4-7-8 breath. I'm going to take it on different variations. And this is a little more challenging than most pranayama or breath practices. So what I'd like you to do is take a breath in and a deep breath out. Just take 2 more transitional breaths, in and out your mouth or in and out your nose, or maybe in through your nose and out an open mouth. Make the sound of the heart, the ah. Start to draw your awareness out of your brain into your heart, combining marrying mind and heart and body and brain. And so now I'd like you to begin to count for 4, either 4 heartbeats or a count of 4 as you inhale through your nose for 4. Hold your breath for 7. Exhale for 8. Now inhale for 4. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. If you'd like to add a little pause for 2 after the out breath. And then repeat this again. Eyes open or closed. Inhaling for 4, holding for 7, exhale for 8, and maybe pause for 2 if it's possible, but without clenching. And continue to cycle through this about 3 or a handful more times. What we're doing is we're helping to calm our nervous system. We're emphasizing the out breath, the exhalation, getting rid of static or stagnant CO2 stuck in our lower or posterior lungs. And we're helping to release carbon dioxide and really flush our body with more vitality and ease. So in the face of that held in breath, that held extended out breath, we're butting up against the edge of fear and stress by keeping our mind calm, even when we don't have the normal amount of oxygen. Now let that go. So consider the 4-7-8 breath. Even for 30 seconds, a minute, 3 cycles, you'll totally change your physiology, your psychology. But now we want to also talk about movement. So our dear mentor, legendary conscious breathing master, Gay Hendricks and Katie Hendricks say that fear is frozen fun. So the good news is if we're feeling anxious, if we're feeling we're in our sympathetic fight or flight, all we need to do is melt the fear. By moving, moving helps to melt fear. Fear is frozen fun. So when we begin to move, we melt the fear and convert that energy to a little more flow and fun. So let's take some contrast. So with one hand, your dominant hand, let's begin to imagine like you're holding a digital device and you're scrolling.
Holding a digital device.
Yeah, or maybe pick up your phone and look at us and scroll and pretend or actually go through your browser and check your emails, look at the news feed or social media feed. Notice how vital you're breathing. Notice how much range of motion you have in your body. Notice how much aliveness and vitality you feel. Okay, now stop that. Very limited amount of movement. Very limited amount of breath and aliveness. Now let's take that same finger and just do one hand at a time and pretend there's an eyeball on that finger and start to look all around the room with your eyeball finger. Try to make different movements. And now put eyeballs on all of your fingers. And put eyeballs on your knuckles too. And look around the room, above, behind. Put eyeballs on your wrist. Look around the room with your wrist. How about an eyeball on your elbow? Yeah. An eyeball on your shoulder blade. And try to invent new movements. Explore the space in front of you, behind you, above you, below you, around you. If you notice yourself repeating the same movement 3 or more times, invent a totally new movement. Notice how you're breathing. Notice how much aliveness you feel now. And just pause for a moment. Rest that arm. Do a little body scan. Notice if you feel a little different from left to right. Hand, fingers, wrists, elbows, forearms, shoulders. I know for me, the side I move feels more warmth, a little more tingling, feels more ready and active. So movement can absolutely be the antidote for stress, tension, resistance. And let's take this. This is based on Katie Hendricks' creative joint play. Let's do a full body, eyeball, experiential investigation. Yeah.
Let's do
So
it.
come standing up. Let's do that whole thing for our whole body.
Hi, Colorado.
Hey, good to see you. And I see, Michelle, you only were here for, you're a few days behind. No problem. We'll keep posting these, keep following us, and we plan to do more of these.
Yeah, we plan to do more, but they're all posted on YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube page. They're all there. And we plan on doing some more of these in the nearest future. So
Yeah.
subscribe so that you can get notified.
We'll actually be partnering with the ABMP next week and launching 5 new videos, so join us at ABMP as well. So now, put eyeballs on both of your hands, all your fingers, and look all around the room with your finger eyeballs. And put eyeballs on your elbows and your shoulders. We can go right into the advanced moves. Let me get a little more light for us. Nicole, let me know if this is better one.
I guess so, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And put eyeballs on your shoulder blades. Put eyeballs, I think that looks better.
Okay.
Put eyeballs on the back of your head. I know there's some moms out there. I hear you have eyeballs in the back of your head. Let's really test that. Put that to this.
Yeah, my mom definitely does.
Put eyeballs, how about on your vertebrae? Look all around the room with your spinal vertebrae. Put eyeballs on your hip bones. Wow, take a look with your hips. Put eyeballs on your butt bones. Hey, baby, take a look.
hello.
Yeah, all right. Put eyeballs on your kneecaps. Eyeballs in the back of your knees. And look all around the room, and maybe eyeballs on your toes and the soles of your feet. There's no mistake that the bottoms of our feet are called our soles. Reflexologists know this. And if you notice yourself doing the same movement 3 or more times, try to create a new movement. Have you moved backwards? Have you moved behind you? Have you rolled and checked out the faculty of your different joints? And can you expand your breath? Invent a new movement. This doesn't have to be structured.
Right, and it feels good to do. I find circles and spirals and coils are most fun and soft and easy to move around and through the space.
Beautiful. So keep this up for a couple more breaths. When we are born, we have 2,000 to 3,000 movement potentials in our kinesphere. Our kinesphere is any direction we can move with at least 1 foot on the ground. By the time we are 18, the average American only has 200 to 300 movement possibilities in their kinesphere. Let's slow it down, find a natural, easy way to transition into a pause. I know I'm feeling a lot more flow, of course, cardiovascularity, more oxygenation, more ease. So consider if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling frozen by fear. Fear is frozen fun. We can just wiggle it out. We can warm it up. We can move it out.
Nice.
So breathe, move. Now let's meditate.
Let's meditate.
Yeah.
This is one of our favorite kind
Are
of
we
standby meditations. I'm going to grab, I just want to share with you, I sent out the 10-minute reminder, and on that 10-minute reminder was the meditation we're doing today. It's the Om Mani Padme Hum meditation. And I just want to talk about what Om is, what Mani is, what Padme is, what Hum is. And Om, some of you yogis may be familiar with, is the universal sound of oneness, of existence. All of us at one time coming together. Om.
Yeah, the sound of all the universe harmonizing as one.
Mani is the jewel that cuts through the
Ignorance. It cuts through darkness.
It's the wisdom that shines forth.
It illuminates the light.
Yes. And then you have Padme, it's the lotus. And the lotus is a symbol of loving kindness, is the blooming of compassion, of connection.
We are in a time of the lotus. Remember, the lotus starts in the bottom of the seabed or the pond, the lake, under the muck, under the dirt, in the dark, and it bursts through that darkness. It bursts through the unknown till it rises and unfurls into the light.
And it's beautiful, it's compassionate, it's patient, it's kind, and it's trusting.
It's open to the light, and it shares its beauty and fragrance with the world.
Hum. Hum.
Put a little hum.
Hum.
Feel how that resonates in your throat and your chest.
It's an infusion of love, an infusion of loving kindness, opening into your heart. Hum is an opportunity to open your heart. So Om Mani Padme Hum. It is the meditation of compassion, and putting all those meanings together. May the jewel in the lotus shine forth its light of love and compassion for all existence to unite as one. So that is our meditation this morning. You can follow along, you can listen, you can join in. Heath and I are going to go grab our drum. Oh, he's fixing my microphone so that you can hear me clearly.
I'm grabbing the drum?
Yeah, oh yeah, let's grab it.
Sure.
And we have this amazing drum. We just want to give props to one of our teachers, John Penn. He created this drum out of recycled wood, and we get to...
Yeah, this was from the bleachers at an old high school arena. They were going to throw it away, and he decided to turn it into a drum. So he's our first Qigong teacher, John Penn, the guy who officiated our wedding, and we have great love, respect for him. He's passed for many years now.
Get a little closer?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Anyways,
he took us on a lot of our first shamanic journeys.
And we get to have this beautiful piece in our home on the regular now, and we like to share it with you since you get to be here with us in our house too.
Yeah.
So we're going to share a little bit of Heath&Nicole love with you.
The Om Mani Padme Hum.
Yeah, so we're just going to chant it out, and again, you're welcome to join in at any time. I'm happy for you to just sit there, add your 4, 7, 8 breath as you listen to the Om Mani Padme Hum
Do
sound.
a little creative joint play,
Maybe,
explore
some
the living
creative joint
laboratory
play.
of your body.
I love it, yeah. So I'm going to take a breath with you, yeah. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. One more. Om Mani Padme Hum. Feel yourself coming home to yourself. Feel yourself coming fully into the room, fully into your body, drawing in all the resources of your breath, of your movement, of your focus.
We're all in this together. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for being with us, sharing your love, your light in the world, with us on the virtual world, the global world, your impact, your vibration, connecting us all.
Sending lots of love, and continue to follow us here, Facebook or YouTube. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the ABMP page, go ahead and do that, and you'll get notifications for our next 5-day series beginning next Monday with the ABMP.
Love you. Love and light to all.
Mwah!
Thank you.